Ukraine is threatening a sevenfold surge in drone strikes on Crimea, with Kyiv's drone chief calling the peninsula a key target. Robert Madyar Brovdi says the campaign aims to make Crimea unusable as a Russian military base. His remarks signal a major escalation if Western funding arrives faster.
Crimea, which Putin easily acquired back in 2014 as an unauthorized trophy, should become uninteresting and impossible for Putin to use as a military base.
But Brovdi's own figures expose Ukraine's dependence on Western support. He says the unmanned systems forces are operating at only 14% of full capacity, blaming delayed partner funding rather than Ukrainian production. With faster financing, he claims Kyiv could multiply its Crimea strikes sevenfold using drones.
I can give you the real number today. Our current deployment level stands at 14% of the unmanned systems force's full capacity. With timely funding from our partners to provide the necessary means, we can and are capable of increasing our strike presence against Crimea sevenfold by August this year, without launching a ground operation, exclusively through the air, and using only Ukrainian-made strike and reconnaissance drones.
Brovdi also claims Ukraine has systematically degraded Russian defenses in Crimea, saying more than 300 air defense assets have been knocked out. He links this to a sharp fall in missile launches from the peninsula during recent Russian barrages. AP says the claim could not be independently verified.
The results of the first phase, which has not yet ended, and the results of the special operation in Crimea are already having their effects and consequences. If you analyze at least the 5 most recent massive missile attacks on Ukraine, you will see only isolated cases of missile launches from the peninsula during a simultaneous missile salvo.
Ukraine is also claiming major disruption to Crimea's maritime activity. Brovdi says strikes have crippled what he describes as Russia's shadow fleet operations, while the Kerch Bay remains closed indefinitely. These claims underscore Kyiv's effort to turn drone warfare into an economic and military pressure campaign.
The activities of the Shadow Fleet, after knocking out more than 200 barges used for the transit of oil and transporting it to the raid for loading it into large tankers, are not only limited, they are stopped. There is no traffic in the Sea of Azov. The Kerch Bay is closed for an indefinite period, and we will ensure that it does not suddenly start working even on a spur of the moment in the interests of financing the war or using it as a transit route by Putin.
Yet Russia is adapting as Ukraine seeks more Western backing. Brovdi says Moscow is deploying jammers against Starlink and developing its own satellite system, while jet-powered Shaheds are increasing. He also warns Ukraine is short of Patriot interceptors. Kyiv wants a sevenfold escalation, but its own commander highlights the cost: continued dependence on foreign funding and weapons.